Do you have a child who you think will never learn to spell? Well, so did I. So let me tell you how we went from this to this. Let me show you how we helped our child to become a spelling pro. You see, over the years, as I was trying to homeschool my child and teach them how to read, it was very apparent that I couldn't do the normal stuff that I did with my other children. I had to find another way to help this child to retain what it was I was trying to get them to understand and to remember, especially when it came to spelling. And remember, spelling also affected the reading, it affected writing, it affected everything. So I had a job on my hands, but I was ready for the test. I was willing to do anything that I possibly could to get this child reading and enjoying it. Not only reading, but spelling. I was willing to do whatever I could to get this child spelling and understanding and comprehending the words that that particular child had to learn. It was hard, but we did it with much tears and much pain. We struggled through it until we got to a certain point to where you saw what you saw earlier, from getting every word wrong to getting every last one of the words on the test correct from their own brain. So what we did was continued every day, every opportunity that we had to expose this child to those words, so that the words were constantly in the eye gate and through the ear gate and through them being spoken through the mouth. We would model the sounding and the letter sounds of the word. Also, we would take the word and help this child to see smaller words within that word. And a lot of the times this child found smaller words for themselves, which really helped with the child to retain the structure of the word, I guess. And also, it was just so heart-wrenching for me to see the child struggle. But once that child got it, I could see that light bulb just turn on. But that came with lots and lots of drilling, consistent, persistent spelling of the word. One thing we had to do was to adjust the time allotted that I would usually allot to a child from the time I introduced the spelling list to the time I actually delivered the test. Some of the children had 5 days or 7, from Monday to Friday. But with this particular child, I had to increase that time, including the weekends, and maybe I would go from 1 week to 1.5 weeks, and maybe even 2 weeks. Whatever it took, that's what I did, so that that child could be successful. I didn't want that child thinking that they were, somehow they just couldn't learn. That was not true. They just learned differently. So with this in mind, the entire family got in on the game that we all helped. We all took our turns drilling words, spelling. We would say the word, we would spell it, and then have that child say it and spell it. One word of caution about that, though, is be careful about which child you use to help drill, because sometimes if they're a little too close in age, or if you notice there's some sort of rivalry between those two, you might not want to use that particular child, because it can cause the child who is having trouble spelling some embarrassment. So be very careful of that. But anyway, get the whole family in on it, because it is so rewarding to see that child succeed. Another thing that we do is when a child is struggling with reading and spelling, comprehending, we definitely limit, regulate, and cut screen time. It doesn't matter what kind of screen it is. TV, YouTube, videos, laptops, video games, anything. We cut that because there's a direct correlation with a child learning and being constantly distracted by wanting to get on these things. And some of the things, even if they are educational softwares or whatever, I still limit those, because I want the child to be able to maintain and retain these things by looking and seeing and reading for themselves, and to memorize just from their own brain, to see the word in their head without any help from any type of electronic. I'm old school, I'm sorry, y'all. That's the way we have always done it. And believe me, I've been doing this for 26 years, and this is just one of my 8 children, so I know what I'm doing. Yes, indeed. So make sure that as you have gone through all of these things and you have gotten that child to to remember the words and to be able to spell the words and be able to know the vocabulary. Don't forget to give lots and lots of praise and reassurance as they're going through. Even for yourself, reassure yourself, because I know, even though I'm a veteran homeschooler, when I ran into a problem with one of my kids not really understanding something or being able to comprehend it, then I often looked at myself to see, okay, where's the problem? And am I not communicating this well enough? Am I not misunderstanding? How can I? And often on my bed at night, I often would ask God to help me understand where I'm lacking or where I need to, step up, or what, just to give me what I needed in order to help that child to understand. And it will come to me in the wee hours of the night, and then I'll use that very tactic the next day, and my child would often begin to understand or remember or spell properly. That's just such a beautiful feeling. So don't forget to even encourage yourself, give yourself some grace, and make sure you encourage that child and make sure they realize that they are smart, intelligent, and strong, and they can do it. They can learn to read and spell. Okay, I just want you to know, don't give up. Don't think that you are not doing a good job. Just stay persistent and consistent and never give up. Now, then don't forget, this is Adrienne Brown, your homeschool mom of 8. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and make sure you share this video with other people who might be going through this type of struggle with their child. When it comes to spelling is hard at times, but anyone can learn to spell the words that is on their grade level and then some. Okay, you guys, you have a good one and happy homeschooling. Bye.